Hey there, Orchard family. You know, like many people, when I started driving, one of the first things I learned was the true value of the rear view mirror. And what a great tool it is to help you see what's behind you, and glancing at it from time to time is really essential to look back and see what's going on in order to help guide you forward. But what if you tried to drive with your eyes solely focused on your rear view mirror? Well, that would be a disaster, because you can't navigate the future very well if you're always looking backwards at the past, at what's behind you. Unfortunately, there are an awful lot of people, and sometimes even entire churches, that live their lives and their spiritual lives with their eyes focused on their rearview mirror, with their eyes focused on the past. You know, some people do this by focusing on the mistakes and the sins of the past, and by doing that, they let those things from yesterday still continue to define them today and to drag them down today. And when they do that, they forget that we have a God who forgives, a God of grace, a God who makes us new creations and gives us a fresh start. Other people sometimes are focused on the good things of the past, their glory days or the good old days. The problem is that often when people do that, they fail to put the proper energy into today, the proper effort into today, as their eyes are so focused on the past. And I've seen a lot of people do that spiritually, just end up going through the motions. I've seen whole churches do that, just going through the motions of today because their eyes are focused on the past. But when we do that, we forget that God is always calling us forward to live into his plan and his will for us in new ways, and often in better ways. And it is really hard for us to grow spiritually. It's really hard for us to build a future when our eyes are focused on the past rather than focused on what God is doing in our lives and in this world right now, today. And so it's for this very reason that the Apostle Paul writes this in Philippians 3:13 and 14. He says, "But one thing I do, forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead, I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus." Now, with this passage, Paul doesn't mean that we should literally forget our past and our history, but he is calling us to live forward with Jesus, to be people who are constantly reaching out to take hold of all the things that Jesus has for us, seeking to become the people that he calls us to be, seeking to do the things that he's called us to, and to live into the future that he holds for us. A future in this life and our ultimate future with God in heaven. And I know that this message is one that's important for us every day, but I think it's especially important maybe right now, as we're still in the middle of this pandemic and quarantine and stay-at-home orders, and there's so much we can't do, and the future seems so uncertain. You know, there was a wise person who once said this: "We don't know what the future holds, but we do know who holds the future," and it's our God. And we know that we have a God who always holds more for us in the future. More of his love, more of his grace, more of his hope, more of his peace, more of all those good things that God has for us. So just like with driving, it's good to take a look back in the rearview mirror from time to time. But let us be people who are focused forward, seeking to live into all of the things that God holds for us.